love, make me dance. God be my realest. I dey minding my business. Don't want no fakeness. Show me some love, make me dance. Catch me on Insta, as boy I'll be up in my beamer on the highway. Don't want wahala, I dey my space. Baby my rapper, don't try me. Cause I know they play, ready money day. I know go feel with the shirt it don't take. Cause I know my way, and I do my list, so then to my name. Boy, I've been again, you know my face as long as you dance. When the bed you play, I'm gonna make you dance. She drop it and go low, man loco. When she drop it and go low, I'm go low. When she drop it and go low, man loco. She drop it and go low, I'm go low. Call me a local boy, I always need what they say. Too much sunshine makes me the girls want to come my way. 19 problem, baby, you ain't one of them. Been there for so long, right now just want to start me Insta, as boy I'll be up in my beamer on the highway. Don't want wahala, I need my space. Baby, my rapper, don't try me. Cause I know they play, ready money day. I know go feel with the shirt it don't take. Cause I know my way, and I do my list, so then to my name. Boy, I've been again, you know my face as long as you dance. When the bed you play, I'm gonna make you dance. She drop it and go low, man loco. When she drop it and go low, I'm go low. When she drop it and go low, man loco. She drop it and go low, I'm go low.
Come on, hold on.
Controller. But every time she come around, you know she a pull her back, come closer. She's loving me every time I pull up in a brand new whip. Boy looking nice and they can't believe. Boy looking nice and they can't believe. Energy, they won't try to take my energy. Too many jealousy and frenemies. Too many frenemies and jealousy. Whenever you need love, make you come closer. All in my room, I go bed you over. I fashion killer, pull up in a Rover. Girl, with you, I'm never sober. See, whenever you need love, make you come closer. All in my room, I go bed you over. I fashion killer, pull up in a Rover. Girl, with you, I'm never sober. How much she a controller. But every time she pull up and she come around, you know she a come closer. I say she a controller. But every time she come around, you know she a pull up and come closer. Girl, you make me mad inside you. Yeah, make me mad inside you. Girl, you make me mad inside you. Girl, you make me mad inside you. Yeah, make me mad inside you. Girl, you make me mad inside you. Yeah. But I will never leave you like this. Give you love, yeah, to the morning. But you need some love, you can call my phone. Girl, I will never leave you like this. Give you love, yeah, to the morning. But you need some love, you can call my phone. Oh. Early morning kiss, all of your cheeks. Text me tonight and you know that I turn you on. Early morning kiss, all of your cheeks. Text me tonight and you know that I turn you on. But she a controller. But every time she pull up and she come around, you know she a come closer. I say she a controller. But every time she come around, you know she a pull up and come closer. Girl, you make me mad inside you. Yeah, make me mad inside you. Girl, you make me mad inside you. Girl, you make me mad inside you. Yeah, make me mad inside you. Girl, you make me mad inside you. Yeah.
Good, everybody. I happy Thanksgiving to those who celebrate the holidays. I don't go outside. I'm not Boy Alvin, BOIALALIVIN. Yeah, we got some fire music coming out soon. I'm gonna let y'all get a taste of a song. This song right here gives me chills. This is how fire it is. It's so fire. I should have just put it on the other way. You know, since I'm like channeling, I gotta smoke because it's kind of strange.
My boss are standing, cause I need more money. Wake up in the morning, thank God this morning, and ask God for more.
This is my husband.
But they don't know what I'm on, but me, I know what I'm on. As I go, that's me and my soul. People wait there for me, God protect my family and the ones on the road.
It's about not selling your soul.
Where we make this money.
Don't sell your soul.
She's so cool, so I did for my soul. Energy, don't keep my energy. Many things with the bother me.
Telling you.
Energy, don't keep my energy. Many things with the bother me. No looking far, I not believe I'm
Tell you, I got so much heat coming, but you know, I'm trying to wait because right now it's a lot going on because we're in the season of karma. Like karma's hitting like a brick. All right, so karma wouldn't be hitting this hard and we wouldn't be seeing these types of judgment if you don't if you wasn't here yesterday. It was a long ass live, but mind you, I am channeling. Okay, so I'll explain what's going on. All right, so somebody tried to kill me. I was going through, like, I didn't know black magic was real, but I was in what you call a north node. Your north node is when you're following your intuition and you're divinely guided. But since I'm like really, really kind, this person just thought like, oh, she weak, right? Because I'm just really, really kind and I'm problematic and I don't argue. My intuition told me to leave. I texted him and told him that God told me that I can't be with him. And I went into some kind of, I had a dark night of the soul. Because then I had to look at, and I told him I forgave him. See, like my ears are starting to ring, so I know that spirit is here. You hear that? Spirit is here. People be scared to come over my house because so much shit be going on in my house. So much spirit, like so much supernatural shit. That people be like, I gotta go. I don't know how you can do that shit. I don't know how you can scare me. I was like, it's just that it's a lot going on that we usually don't see, but everybody's gonna start seeing because the veil is coming down. It's not like it's not. You know, the anxious feeling that you get is not anxiety. It's ascension syndromes. All you gotta do is drink water. It's stranger than fiction, but the devil is a liar. So all the illusions and things that the devil has been casting for centuries here, it's really, really a lot of deprogramming that is like almost impossible to do with the human brain because God said, I didn't know that things could be this stupid. That you guys aren't in Christ consciousness. All it takes is just to leave what does not serve you. You know, I'm going to so this person tried to take me out, and for 3 days, like time stopped. I thought I was bugging. Like things were going on, but not to the capacity that it does in normal reality, right? Because this is a simulation. So the simulation was running on like an autopilot until like it shifted. That's how I knew that I was in a simulation because, and you probably don't know what you are yet, but as the veil comes down, you're going to see some shit little by little. And it's nothing to be scared of. That's one thing. And God is not going to put you in hell. He's not going to punish you to that point. But that sun, if that sun start moving closer to earth, then what? Okay. So you see why they block the clouds out the way they do. So if it's as above, so below, and God sits on a throne in the heavens, and he's flames, right? How is, if we're little flames for him, how are we going to be burning in hell? because we are flames. So that makes sense. But if you are in Christ consciousness, your light shines bright. It will cast a mirror to anyone that is like a fucked up person. That's why they say that light irritates demons, or when you're around certain people, because you guys, if you're here, you're probably good people. That means that you ever be around people and they just annoyed by you. You can't do no right. Everybody want to shun you, talk about you on your back. You're like, this shit can't be real. All the fucked up shit happening to you. You ever notice that? That sometimes maybe God will show you that. I don't care who you call your mother, your brother, your sister, your best friend, your kids, and all that shit. I don't care about that stuff. Because God is not a human. God is not a being. So these things are irrelevant. Because the only thing that God cares about is himself. Okay? And that is you. You are him. So he'll take all that shit from you if you don't go back to him. And that's what he will do, because he did it to me. And once I lost everybody, it's like I'm playing a game. And God came in there and I was like, I don't want to talk to you. I like my games. And I love my this and I love this and I love that. God came in and he knocked all that shit off and said, everybody died. And I was just like, all I had was God. Right here. Those were my needs when I heard him. He said, you're my daughter. And I was obedient. I listened to him. I just didn't know when to leave this guy, because I didn't know that this guy was a warlock. He was my twin flame. The Masons used him. The Masons been ciphering up a lot of the divine energies that are on this realm. And you guys are divine beings. You just don't know it. You don't remember it. You're not human. You don't die. You don't die. You don't get sick. You got to turn the fucking TV off. You have to Kendrick said, turn it off. The TV is programming. So I'll give you a perfect example of programming a divine being real quick. So I said this the other day. So say, they target people with smoking, right? So you're smoking. And next thing you know, they say they'll use a demon, and they'll have the demon sacrifice his life by making him sickly, to assume that he's got cancer from smoking. Right now, all of a sudden now you got all these people heavily addicted to this substance, right? Because you said, like, oh, you're gonna love this and you're gonna be addicted to it, and you're gonna, it's got addictive personality. Birthday say it's addictive, right? Birthday say it's addictive, and then we all, oh shit, we're addicted to it. Then you're gonna die of cancer from it, or you could die from cancer. And then so they create these billboards, and then they put it right here on the front. Warning, this is gonna do something bad to you, right? Every divine being is already been targeted, and reading this and seeing it on television, and seeing it on billboards, and seeing commercials and everything, right? My TV came on by itself. Collective consciousness creates. So remember when Kanye West said, oh, slavery was a choice. So say there was no such thing as slavery.
Let's just clarify, what is the grandma? What is she doing? What is the toxic grandma doing?
Hold on. So let's say that there was never a slavery before. If they say it is, and collectively the divine beings believe it is, it becomes and it manifests, because we are the master manifestors. So you have to be careful of the things that you think and the things that you say, because if you are in a divine being, you have power of the tongue. So that's why a lot of things that you do, like when you're determined to do it and you set your mind to it, you can get it done. That's just master manifesting. So stop thinking small. That's number one. Number two is that we're headed into the world of abundance, to the point where God said that, like, there's no shortage of anything. That makes no sense. Oh, we have a water shortage. We have and then collectively we all think it, and it becomes. I knew that it was something because I remember I was outside and my plants were, I was like, oh, I got to water the plant. And it just started raining. And I was like, what? I came back again another day. Oh, I need to water my plant. It's raining. I was like, am I fucking doing this? So I didn't. It didn't rain. Well, I'm going to try this again. Try this shit. You'll find out how powerful you are. They don't want you to know how powerful you are. They have to use something called church, religion, gender, all kinds of shit. If you go watch my other live, it's a live for 3 hours. You can't do no wrong by God. They can. You see black people, white people, Asians, Latin. I'm a high priestess, and once the veil came off of me the other day, I literally sat on the phone with my husband, like boo-hoo crying. I see a lot of shit. And the high priestesses and the magi's, or the high priests you call them, are the people that are intuitive and stuff like that. Everybody doesn't have like visuals. I've been clairaudient. I had clairvoyance since I was a child. So I've been able to talk to the dead. So I know, like, well, if people die, it was like, oh, don't do that because it's the devil. You know what I'm saying? That's what my church family told me. I was like, so-and-so's going to die. They'll be like, shut up and go in your room. But I want to watch somebody's feet. I always want to watch dead people. Before people die, they come to me, number one. Number two, so I've watched and witnessed a lot of people die. Because they come to me before they die, or they ask me before they die, and then a few days later they dead. And then I have this thing where I have to do their feet, and I didn't know that was like something with Jesus. But you see these marks I got on my hands, right here, the same spot that they put the nails in on that crucifix. So it's a lot of things that are not told, and a lot of things that might be hard for people to wrap their brain around. But I sat with God for months, and for years I've been intuitive since I was a kid. And I watched, like, I would get into some fucked up shit. Get out of it. Get out of it. I didn't have like a profound attorney. I got out, and it was nothing but God. Like, I would go on my Facebook and say, like, yo, Aiden, I would go around tell anybody that would listen to me stories that I ain't going to say on here. Because some of them, you need to be told on here. But I've, like, been in situations where, I've gotten out of it. And there was no way that I would have got out. I remember going in the county, and I had shit on me, and it's like it was in one shoe, and the other one, the CEO made me take the other shoe off. And when I took the other one off, he said, "Don't even worry about it." But that was domination. Then before I went into the jail cell, something said, "Take it out of where it was and put it in the other one under something." And I did that. And the CEO black lady that, because you strip out naked and shit, she looked underneath the place where I had it at originally, but not the place that I put it in. When I got home, I still had my bud. I smoked that shit. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? It was just like, and I got locked up for like a joint in my ashtray. So it wasn't like I was doing no crimes. But that's how the law enforcement do. They try to get you on weed charges back in the day. That's why they made weed illegal. They was like, why do you make weed illegal? Come on now. Let me tell you why. Because marijuana will help you get into Christ consciousness fast. And it helps. It's good coping. You stressed out. You're less likely to curse somebody out. You go smoke a blunt. You're not really to curse somebody out. They want to make us stressed out. They want us to drink and get those entities inside of us so we can go around fucking each other and doing crazy shit and fighting and killing each other. So then we don't get into, because we already believe that we sin, that God is not going to forgive us, so we're going to hell. God told me to tell y'all not. Who's going to hell are the ones that aren't the chosen ones. The chosen ones are from a different realm. So you have people that come from the heavens, the divine realms, right? The divine beings that come from the divine realms, because you definitely are a divine being, okay? The ones that come from a divine realm, they don't have to worry about that. And this is the reason why they get mad at us. Now, as far as in these, so you see like Asians and blacks and Hispanics and Puerto Ricans and stuff like that. I don't care what color you are. I know who's an Arcturian. I know who's a Palladian. I know who's an Anunnaki. I know what the Nephilims are, but you can't see them the way I do, because if they took the veil off of you, you're probably like, if you've seen The Matrix and they said that, oh, they can't, there was like, there's some stories, if you go to YouTube, the original Matrix is like cartoons and stuff. When it was a guy who woke up, he just woke up out the Matrix. It was not like something like an anomaly before the Neo story. And when he woke up, he went to go wake up his parents. And when they like pulled them off the things, and when they woke up and they seen that everybody was in pod sleep, they died. They like convulsed and started bleeding, and all kinds of crazy shit started happening to them. So you can't just disconnect people and pull the veil down. So what the creator is doing is slowly, gradually using the divine people, trying to wake them up. He wakes up the light beings, the light bearers, the ones that came down here. They're the light bearers. We were the ones who came to bring love and light. We came down here. We had to go through hell and go through all that shit to get here where we at. So we were just like built for this, like, because we're the spiritual warriors. We're the high-ranking officers that sit up in the heavens and stuff like that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Believe what you want. That's not my case. I don't care. What I care about is that. So the chosen or the anointed have what you call a calling. The calling is actually them being able to call judgment. All right, because they're able to. Some of them are able to call judgment. I'm able to call judgment. Well, I didn't know that. They wouldn't tell you that. They wouldn't tell me this, of course, because I probably would have did it. I probably would have did that shit like 20 years ago. Probably would have did that shit, as a kid. Me just calling judgment is all the shit that you see happening with the music industry. So as I pull my energy back, that's how powerful the divine beings are. That we are, okay, so they make you think that the energy that you're being supplied from is coming from these transformers, but these transformers are actually ways that they could hit this signature of the divine, because the signatures are your social security numbers, and social security numbers show the coordinates of your energy. And I know that I don't even know this, but I know it, because this ain't some shit that I can even think. This is how you know that I'm being channeled right now. Okay. That's why I smoke, because this shit is heavy. This is not something for just like the regular person in the world. All right. So they siphon your energy that way, and then they charging people for it. Do you know how that? Okay, so we've been going through thousands of years of bullshit, right? And we went through 400 years of slavery, or whatever, Daniel 400 years. It's been more than that, to tell you the truth. But the Bible was created, and then slavery was created. The Bible, and then slavery. Because the Bible was the forbidden knowledge that was supposed to be in possession of High Priestess and High Priest. Someone, a High Priest and a High Priestess, somebody had, because what I could see is that there was some kind of agreement that was made between a man and a woman. This right here led to the information getting out. That's all I know. I'm still getting an upload, and a lot of them getting uploads. If you go onto YouTube, everything that I will say that's coming out my mouth now, this is like the first place you'll hear it. Then you're going to hear it on every single tarot. Because God said that he's about to show y'all that he does exist, and he's going to use me. I'm like, all right, I ruined it. Why? Because there are direct descendants in the throne, and there's only two. There's a boy and a girl. That's all I can say. If you're immortal and you don't die, and Yeshua was immortal and he don't die, what happened to him? What really happened to him? And then it's just like this story is so brainwashing to people. It's so hard to even explain and wrap my brain around that. But it's not my place on what needs to be said. It's the divine. People talk to spirit when they get messages. My messages, because I'm a high priestess, my messages come from the Most High. So it's either coming from the Holy Spirit or from the Creator himself. Now, I know the difference, because when God moves in, it's heavy. Like he was walking with me. So when I went in the store, as soon as I hit the door, everybody in the store, I'm like, yo, you feel that? They like, yeah. I said, yo, that's God. They said, I can tell. I know. My whole town knows. Y'all just don't. I go around my town and everything like that. I got shit swallowed. They was like, so I went to the block, and the ships was flying around, because they follow me on God, about to, you see, you want to show my back. You're about to see how this works, right? Because God is going to participate today. This is never been done before. You never seen no shit like this. All right, so yo, you're in the hood. Okay, so I went in the store. I'm telling the dude in the store, I was like, yo, I brought my crew with me. I always bring the ships with me and shit. So he says, tell the black dude to go outside and look and to verify that I'm not capping. So I go outside. I told the black dude, look, you see that right there? He was like, they coming. He's like, they coming. Oh. I love my people. Ain't nobody was scared in the hood of me. They know who I am. They know what it's like spirit. Like God told me, like spirit knows spirit. So as much as everybody think that when these ships come down, they're just gonna be like, oh my God. No, it's not gonna happen because I'm pretty sure it. Because I've lost my free will before that. I was in the kitchen and I was like, oh, I gotta pray for these people. I was in the kitchen and I have ceramic tiles on my floor. So I was like, I'm going to the bedroom and sit and get on my knees. God said, no, you say you gotta pray. Get on your knees. And I went to turn to leave the kitchen. I got on my knees. I got on my knees. My knees got on me. My knees got on me. And I was always thinking, like, oh, this ain't too bad. This ain't too bad. Like, oh my God. If that don't scare you straight to this video right now, I don't know what it is. So call me a loyal, obedient. I got a ring in my ear. Call me a loyal, obedient servant of God. But when God is this close to you and you know him the way I know him, what would you do? When I go in the store, people just stop and freeze, staring into my eyes. Like, I said, you can see God, can't you? This lady said, she stopped me and she was talking to me and whatever. And she was like, I know it was the reason why you came in here. Because I was like, yeah, whatever, I'm clairvoyant or whatever. Or I probably said I was a high priestess and stuff. She's like, oh, what can you tell me? What can you tell me? And it doesn't come out of my thoughts. It comes from my crown. Like here, it's like information comes in right here in my head. I feel it coming in and it goes right out my mouth. I don't think that people understand when they think that messages are coming from somewhere from a low negative place. It comes from a low place if it's anybody that confuses you or if it's not directly about God and becoming completely, utterly convinced that God can do whatever he wants. And this is living proof. Because somebody tried to kill me. That he said that it was ordained by God for me to be with somebody. And I was doing what God told me to do. I didn't want to do it, but I did it anyway. I was like, you want me to do it? I didn't know if I was supposed to sleep. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. He was fine as hell though. So I was like, but it was just like, this sucks. I got it like this shit for that. But I didn't know when to leave. I was confused. And that was where my lesson needed to be learned. The lesson that I needed to learn, and that you divine masculines, whether you're a woman or man, your divine feminines, whether you're a woman or male. It's like God don't care about what you do, who you sleep with. But if you don't put him first, you won't know what direction to go in, and you're going to suffer. And that's why you guys are suffering. He wants you to sit your ass at home by yourself. He don't care if you don't move. If you know your father, and that's your father, I don't care who birthed you, that's a portal. You're an ancestor. You're probably older. You're probably the mother or father of the kid. God said facts. When them flash you see, you're about to see some shit. Because God can clarify everything. So if I'm on track, you'll see the flash. And I'm on track, I'll be like, oh, what's that? All right. So I do know because I talk too much and I go into the person. I was like, please help me. So you can actually go to God and say, Father, like, I know I talk a lot and I be all, different subjects. He let me do that to my husband because he wants my husband to build up a tolerance because I'm so isolated and I don't talk all day. Our high priestess will sit for 14 hours a day. I probably sleep maybe like 6. The rest is a meditation. There's not a, like, God does not expect you guys to be like this. He wants you guys to enjoy the world, but you got to understand that he put people in place that were already willing to sacrifice themselves so you guys can enjoy yourself. All right. So you listen. You can watch me shuffle these cards, and I'm really good at. God said that's a fact. Okay, so pay attention. Okay. When you see the flash, I know, and So you're gonna see me shuffle. You're gonna see me shuffle these cards. Really, really good. I ain't looking at them. You ain't looking at them. Nobody ain't looking at them, right? Because I think that you guys see tarot readers and it might come off the wrong way, but when you see somebody that, like, I don't do tarot, I can talk to spirit, like, but you got to understand that when you're in your North Node and you're connected to God, this is what you're supposed to do. Because how are you going to be guided and lead anybody as a high priestess and tell all his children what your father expects from you if you're not really tapped in like this? And he don't want everybody tapped in like this, because with great power, facts, with great power comes great responsibility. And if any of y'all had the power that I had to be able to instantly manifest, do you know what y'all would do? Think about it. I sit here like, oh, I'm gonna eat some frozen fish. I don't have to. I can be like, oh, I want to get a chef and I want to, I'm saying, like, no, I want to gradually lead up to by working my way up on my own. You know what I'm saying? Like any other child of God, which you all are, you want to enjoy life, but you want to work for everything you got, so people don't think that, like, that nepotism. But there is a favor on all of you regardless, because they do it worse. They do it right in your face, blatantly. God does it very subtly and just nudging, because he knows that there's so much weighing against all of us. Because we come into the game, and if you play Call of Duty, it's like coming into the game and somebody been playing that game for like 5 years before you. You come in like, what am I supposed to do? And you just keep getting killed. You just keep getting killed. You just keep getting killed. It's a disadvantage because they know the whole board, right? They know what plays to make. They know things about the game, that how you made the game, so they can manipulate it so that you don't know. Like, you wouldn't have known that you can speak out loud and say that you don't want to go with their social contract. You can disagree with the way that this system and government is going and completely change it like that and say, I don't want people to die. I don't want people to get sick. I don't want people to go to jail. I don't want this. If we all said that shit, it would be like up there. But because there is a level of harmony, unity, integrity, you know what I mean? There's no such thing as social class. There's all that stuff like this. There are people or things, I don't even say even people, that don't give a fuck about that. All they think about is just draining your energy. They call energy vampires, entities. Y'all call them demons. They are people that human or meat. They're meat suits. They're aliens. Everybody's aliens. Nobody's a fucking human. If we were all humans, then why aren't we all the same color? Why don't we all have the same kind of complexion and resemblances if we were all from the same place? Okay, it explain, like, if the white people was in the mountains, right? Remember the white people was in the mountain? Okay, I'll say they're in the Caucasus Mountains, all right, and they turn light, and in the caves, and we're over in Africa burning and cooking and everything like that. We just get, that's how our skin got dark over time. Have you seen Italian? Have you seen an Italian when they tan? How the hell you get this kind of skin color? In there, make it make sense. We all come from different materials, from different like pieces of the world. I mean, Earth, the universe, and different universes, different dimensions. There's billions of them. There's billions of them. There's an endless amount of realities, an endless amount of that's how insignificant this is. And when you know and you've seen it, you be like, man, listen, if you know that you can just go through a fiber optic network, like they be trying to make in us an illusion, so we all believe it and we see the commercials with the fiber optics. Now realizing that your eyes are optical, so you tell me that you can't project out and see shit and move yourself anywhere else. They released that information and said that we can leave our bodies. They've been to that. Obama helped do that. But why didn't they talk about the placebo effect? If the placebo effect is when they give everybody the shit, somebody take a sugar pill, that person, they don't get sick, they get cured from cancer, whatever. because they take that person is a chosen person. That's why I'm sorry. You made them believe that if they take that pill, they was convinced they was going to get cured. Why don't they study that? Why don't they tell y'all about that? All right, so Spirit is going to speak through me and tell me what they want you to know. What I do know is that since this night is coming up, it's the Spirit saying, okay, we're going to talk about this. So hold on. Hold on, let me get some water. Because, all right, so we have a knight. This knight is, he's got a cup. And I'm trying to put some music on. All right. Hold on. This knight got a cup. And he sees the mountain top. Oh, shit. Here we go again. Sorry about that. All right. He sees like a pathway to go somewhere, like his way out. But or either he's coming. I'm about to show you about what tarot is. Hold on. I just learned tarot. I like, you know. I'll put this on, but I think I'm gonna get a. He's bringing a cup in. All right, hold on. I'm gonna play this song. Let y'all hear some shit real quick, so I can run and get some. I just smoked, so I have to cotton out. All right, this is my song. I like this song. These are all exclusive you never heard before.
I'm the one they take away the happiness. Looking for the far from home with some village here. Now go they go them on the low, man, the business here. So you won't pull up any calls just to be like this. I now want to go with that now. I'm on for real star, living my best life. You tell me yes, sir. Jesus sends me out again. So can't take away my pain. Different. I do my thing and I'm different. I got the strength on my weakness. I'm steady minding my business. Pretend. I'm not the lie, make you pretend. That's why I keep it 100. But you know that I'm different.
Alright, that part fell out, so let's see what it is. Yo, I be vibing to this shit. Boy Alvin, Boialbin. He's viral over in Africa. So he's gonna somebody is falling from grace right now. Or there are angels falling from grace right now. You guys know what's going on, right? I don't have to explain. You know, Diddy didn't get the bail thing. You got Dirk in jail. You got a lot of that music industry sacrificial shit that they thought would be. So you do stuff, you reap what you sow. So if you do stuff and you think you're balancing it out, the universe has to accept it. But if they are under the impression that the universe is accepting it, instead of the universe saying, I'm going to take this and I'm going to 100-fold it. You know what I mean? So that's what's going on. It's like something overloaded and snapped back to the point where the system is crashing. So that's where the creator has to come in the game. It's just what it is. So before the creator comes in the game, he sends IT techs, administrators and stuff. This is how you want to look at it, because some people don't understand like what angels are and stuff like that. He got to send like protection. So like the guardian angels and stuff, those are like your layers of protection, just like your anti-Trojan and your spam and shit like that. Like with this, you got to understand that, well, you're not physically here. You're a being of light. So as a being of light, you are whatever. You're just the light. Just the comparison to what's going on in this world, like in what the creator, it's like if you take a pen and you just put a dot on it and then you put it out inside the entire universe, that's you in comparison to the creator. But the system does not realize that, because the system is under the restraints of believing out within the perimeters, because these perimeters were set from upon creation because of this, because God is a control chaos, which is like the larger consciousness. So with the larger consciousness, you can just imagine like the processes versus like even our brains. If our brains are very intricate, and we also can do things like this, like channel and talk to dead people, see spirits and shit. It just tells you that you are not human. It's not that I'm just unique or special or whatever. My perimeters are set higher, and I'm higher in the game because I've ascended. I did this shit before. That's why I'm back, because y'all want to try this shit. Because when you're in Christ consciousness and shit like that, if I had to tell you what it feels like to be with God, because God is here, it feels like ecstasy. I did it before. It's like ecstasy, but it's an appropriate one, an appropriate place. That's the best way I can describe. You know, it's not like a intimate like exterior. It's up here. Everything is here. You get like this pleasure in your body here. It's like a bliss, because that's all you are. You're a ball of bliss. So like when you're having like, it's like you're just like love, just constant, a constant. There is no equilibrium to it. It's a feminine and masculine, because if you take yourself and put yourself out and have to divide yourself, you're probably doing it too, right? You have two. So if you're a masculine and a feminine energy, the masculine energy has to go down to gain the positive polarity to balance and ascend. Okay. If you are too high, you still got to go too low. And you have to find a polarity. Does that make sense? It's only one way, up and down. You know, then we have all these other parameters, but you don't even realize that your parameters up and down. I mean, you have within these parameters of this up and down, endless possibilities and stuff like that, because that's how much God loves you. So be kind to your neighbor. This might be somebody that just fell, because I can see angels falling all the time. So it's not like, because you're there. If you up there and you down here doing dumb shit, after a while you're gonna get kicked the fuck out from heaven. Kicked out of heaven is the feeling of having your soulmate and having your twin flame. You're that song said, feel like I just walked out or whatever. That's because you just got kicked out by God for doing that to a divine being. This is why y'all are all falling. Everybody falls is because you cannot get with a divine being and do them wrong. And because of that, this is why you're all falling out of heaven. Stop it. Treat them nice. If you treat them nice, you start going up. It's a fucking game. Play the game right. Stop playing it. Stop cheating. The creator said y'all can't cheat no more. He said y'all want to cheat. They want to cheat and they know who the fuck I am. And I don't care how many. It's like, oh, it's 11 people in here. Trust me, it's like 11,000, because there's a shadow organization that you don't know about. That millions of people watch me, right? But you don't know, and they control the numbers, right? They control. So they think they are. So my Father in heaven is saying, no, there's millions of people watching. everybody that's watching is not from here either. You know what I'm saying? Keep that in mind. They can see into our cribs. They don't care. Like, so when you got divine beings and they're intimate, because you got these, you can't see them, but you have next to you, because inside of you, God is with every last divine being. A divine being is a divine being because you have God inside of you. If you got God inside of you, if God is in you and God is with you, who can be against you? Don't play with God. Oh, I flipped. Okay, I know why. The thing is flipped over, so you couldn't see the flash. Don't play with God. You don't understand that God can do whatever you want to do. Y'all don't get that. So y'all about to see. This is like fascinating, and you guys should just be jumping for joy that number one, it was me. That is me. Number one, and number two, that you guys know that what I'm saying, I ain't crazy because I well put together. So I had to flip the camera. So the thing came back on because the Creator, God, your Father, knew that the phone was like this. If the phone was like this, you wouldn't see the flash when I'm about to do this. So that's why the TV went off the way it did, so I could put the right thing on. Like, you don't understand that there's no such thing as, oh, I did this and this happened. That's not how it works. Stop. You did that and God made everything happen. There's nothing that you do in any movement that you make that you're not making with God. God is always with you all the time inside of you. So if you know that God is inside of you, do God want you to think that you are inferior to anything? Anything. If you got God in you, you are a co-creator of this world. And they hate that. They hate that. They use religion and all kinds of separation to pull us apart. It's divide or conquer. Divide and conquer. The divide and conquer of the divine was to first make us believe that there was a difference when there never was. We are down here to balance out our masculine and feminine energies, and some female energies come down here and they was getting them lines crossed up and had the female energy coming down here as a man to balance the masculine energy, but it got kept disconnected. Now this feminine, she knows for some reason that she identifies as a woman. So well, it's a feminine energy. And they crossed the wires up to make babies. They did that. You're not born that way. You were designed by the devil, by defying God. Because in heaven, today you can't do this in heaven. So this is not your kingdom spouse, right? So if you got two male plugs like this doing this, and then they're dying off and they're not creating no generations or no legacies, where that energy going? Because the spirit can't leave. The ancestors said, y'all know motherfuckers ain't coming back up here. We don't even want to come back down there. They making us stay down here because of how the decisions we made to follow materialistic things and things of this world, and not God. You're supposed to do, a divine being only does what God tells them to do. So if God told you to sit in the house, don't move for 3 months, and don't eat, what is that to an immortal being that you are? You're an immortal being. Everybody rushing around time. The fuck? Yes. And God said, that's a fact. What are you rushing around for? Where you gonna go? You're a divine being. Do you hear what God said? A divine being. Even if you're a falling angel, even if you're just this horrible negative polarity, give it to God. Let God handle this. Because there are consequences to all of our actions. So if you're falling, you think, oh, that's it. God got something for your ass. Just like if you think you got up here and you're all high on your horse, God is saying, okay, let me show you something. You got to learn that you are nothing. You are absolutely nothing. Taking all the information and go about your business. Don't worry about nothing but yourself and your salvation, because at any moment, if the Creator wanted to, he can absorb you. Will disappear. Nobody ever remember that you existed. All right, so we got this fallen angel. This is comes in like a king of cups. This is somebody that is supposed to be very emotionally balanced. All right, so this is somebody that should have some kind of intuition. You know what I mean? Some understanding. They're under judgment. They're under judgment for trying to break, with some immaturity, with trying to break a divine connection. This divine connection that was supposed to happen is ordained by God. This has never been done ever. Okay, so this is a biblical moment. Okay, the reason why is because of some abundance that was attached to me because I sit by the throne. I'm a child of the Most High. I cannot speak for anybody else, so I'm gonna only tell you that what my father told me. He got a boy and a girl. He don't have billions of kids. He does not see you as a kid number 1,200,000,000. No, there is one divine masculine, divine feminine energy, and there's like a polarity. So you got the man and the woman, divine feminine, divine masculine, right? Then you have like the magi and the high priestess. The magi and the high priestess are the ones who should be setting the example. Because of all the mixed up things going on, there has to be some kind of blueprint that the creator can assess and say, based on these perimeters, based on all of this, and based on all of this, when it comes down to all the divine beings or whatever like this, I'm gonna go with my child. I'm gonna go with the one that is sitting by my throne. He sit behind me. He called judgment on this King of Cups because this King of Cups thought he was shit. He thought he was, he had it all well put together. So he was supposed to have it all well put together. He thought that he was going to get a wish fulfillment, and he thought he was going to get away. He did not get away. He did not get away with this wish fulfillment that he was trying to get. Okay, I'll put that one down so it doesn't come out. So all I do is pull the cards. Like when I do that, the cards automatically stop. Like I don't have control over this shit. I'm saying, y'all watch my hands because I think this shit's so fascinating myself. All right, so this person, right? This guy, this is the twin flame. He is like a very hardworking dude. This is a hardworking man. Very focused on his coins, right? But you don't come into somebody's life if you're just focused on getting your coins, and because you're not where you should be when you're dealing with a divine being. Point blank, a woman, period. Just, or anybody. Like if you're not where you can be a good quality person because all you're worried about is trying to get money out of something, then you should go about on with your horse. In this case, this coin that he's looking at, he's just looking at me as a monetary, because they went to my Akashi records. They knew that I sit by the throne of God. They saw that there was billions of, billions in cash worth of energy that was associated with me. Like, yo, if I see some shit like that in somebody and they see me over here, sitting over here, just like, you my homeboy, you're thinking, oh, she drive a regular car and shit like that, as if money matters to me, because I know God provides everything I need. I don't ask for more than I need. I don't have to do shit. All my bills are paid. I know that God provides everything. I'm not stupid. I just didn't know that I sit that close to the throne, or why the next. So I wasn't even connected to that. So I didn't know. I was like, that's God. That's God. That's all I could say. And I would testify. I would put that on my Facebook. Whatever, these fascinating supernatural things. But I didn't realize like me testifying was making people mad and jealous, because they like seeing that's favor. And God don't do that for me. God don't. It's like, why don't you worry about saying like, yeah, God is real? Like, why don't you just worry about that? What's wrong? Like, you gotta. That's all I would have seen it as. All right. So they did not get away with whatever he was doing to try to still to get this wish fulfillment, right? I wish that I have, because you can wish upon a star. That's me. Wishing on a star. But that's for the one that has favor with the Lord, because of him being with one of the divine feminines, right? We come with, when you treat us right and you're with us, you're going to have the favor of the Lord on you. But when we leave, there might be like a baby judgment. But now when I call judgment, it's way worse. Way worse. Because I see so many women just suffering and watching, just like Cat Williams said, they give you the what? The mixed breed woman. All right. So you can have your mixed breed children. I mean, I have a mixed breed child, so I ain't saying that. But what I'm saying is, and you are automatically taking the heritage away from the kingdom of heaven. Do you realize that? It's not even nothing else than that. But how do you think the royal families were doing it back in the day? They kept on sleeping with each other. This aunt with the cousin, and the cousin with the sister, and the sister with the uncle. That's what they were doing. Divine beings don't have to do that because we all come from one source. So God ordains it. So because God ordains the marriages and consummates the marriages too. The marriages are not consummated the way you think it is, because it's a participation with God and your mate, and it's a sexual act. That's a little bit deep. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, I don't know what people were thinking or what they were doing before, or did anybody ever know that or something like that. But when you're intimate with your ordained person and you having any kind of sexual desires with each other, first of all, you're going to make a spirit baby, no matter where you are. If I'm on the phone and we are engaging in any activity together, it transports us to another fucking realm. And he's right next to me. I said, oh my. He said his heart. He thought. I said, you thought I was. I told him. I said, yo. I said, I bet you thought I was crazy. Or like the shit I be saying. I said, I bet you thought I was crazy and shit like that. I said, didn't you think I was crazy? He's like, a little bit, a little yeah. I said, now you know I'm crazy. He said, hell fucking no. I said, that's God. He only tapped you and you damn near died. He damn near fucking died. But I told him that the only reason why he could was because I was a prototype, a hybrid. So God could enter. Well, he's in every one of us, but my parameters were set a little bit higher so I could endure, because I had to transmute death in this human fucking body, because I've never died before. And I was like, this ain't it. This ain't it. I don't know what y'all do. And I ain't, I'm not scared to die, because I know I'm not. Like, I'm not gonna die. You're not gonna die anymore. Like there's some residual shit, but if the world is gonna completely change, and then you're gonna send it. And like when you leave, like when you're back when, y'all know, I don't even know why y'all don't, or how they hit it, but like back in the day when you would when you want to leave, right? When you see how people stay here for a long time, like people didn't age like that. Age wasn't. It's not relative, even in the human anatomy. But the thing is that we didn't eat like that. It wasn't about food. It was about understanding that you're a divine being. So there was like a way to sustain yourself, which is a lot of fluids, definitely fluids, because we come from the water. We were water beings. That's what we were. I don't know what they were talking about, no gorillas and shit. Like, I was like, wait, what? Well, they came from the water too then. Okay. God said that's a fact. See? I bet you didn't know that. Wow. See? They came from the water too. Oh, shit. We all came from water, but you know what I'm saying? He should have took a leap of faith. He didn't. I did. All right? So mind you, you see the opposite polarities? He didn't want to leave. Because I asked him, like, yo, you want to be together? You know, because he's acting funny. Like, he was breadcrumbing me. He wasn't acting right and stuff like this. And I was, you know, and I was like, yo, I'll leave. He's like, no, we'll figure it out. What the fuck does he think he's talking to? He think he had that hot shit over me? Like, you couldn't tell me who I was at this point in my life. So I took a leap of faith. And I'm going to tell you what a leap of faith is. A real leap of faith. Because I leaped into Christ consciousness. And this was like an anomaly, because I was so connected already. And I didn't know that this was going to send me into a spiritual awakening. But because I was divinely guided to him, and this was an ordained situation, God had heavy hands on me. It was a twin flame, and I'm disconnecting from and leaving myself because I was a shitty person. That's your fucking twin. To face the evil side of you is a fuck. That shit ain't no joke. So how can I get mad at him? I couldn't, because I know who I am and what I've done. So I just forgave him. But I know that the way that I learned not to cheat on someone and to be like just to disregard them as the value of a human was to experience it. So once I experienced losing some, good relationships, I was trying to find a way to balance it so that like nobody would get one up on me. That didn't work and stuff like that. And then I just was like, eventually, like, I'm done. Like, that's what women at. You know what I mean? You get to that point where you're just like, I'm done. And that's what God wanted anyway. Leave these sorry ass niggas alone. What would your father tell you about these women out in this world? Divine feminines. I'm talking to you guys. What would your father tell you? And he got to sit there with every man that you lay down and feel everything you feel when you laying down with him. Everything you feel when he hurts you, and what you go through when your friends don't know or your family don't know. And that nigga ain't answering your phone call, or that nigga smack you, or you're getting up 3, 4 o'clock in the morning cooking for a nigga. He get up 7 o'clock in the morning. You don't see him till 7 o'clock the next night. Like we've all been through some shit, and it's just the narcissist. So, but what they did was the system came after the man to prevent him from making a leap of faith. All right. There was some strain. There's so many different factors that go into programming to get men to the point now that we got this download shit. That is, that's how you know this world ain't real. Like, how can it be real and all these niggas don't like pussy? And I come from an era where niggas was going crazy for pussy. Now we're in an era where bitches don't want nobody. They don't want to be in relationships. And the niggas they down low and they fucking Jezebels. Every divine feminine has the same story. The man that tried to betray them, kill them, put a spell work on them, was trying to do something to save in their energy and stuff. Even if the divine feminines that are not experiencing that directly, they're experiencing some form of narcissist, down low guy, dealing with cheating with a Jezebel. It's all the same type of prototype. It's like a prototype. And they're getting closer to God. But the divine feminines are beating the divine masculines right now. The divine masculines, the devil added some shit and y'all over there fucked up. But the devil helped us quicker than he helped y'all motherfuckers because he know that y'all weak. You're not going to take a leap of faith because you want to be God. You want to do everything yourself. You want to be the man. You want to have these big houses, big cars. You want to visually be dealing with somebody, visually appealing. And you sleeping with a rotten devil. Somebody with sexually transmitted demons. Somebody who their body don't even smell right. And these niggas stay with them just because of the way they look and the way that these bitches act. They are good actors. These are actresses. When they get out of that and go into their divinity and going into taking this leap of faith, whether you're divine masculine or you're a divine feminine, when you stop touching yourself and start sitting and meditating and stop eating meat and start fasting and start working your way towards God and realize that God is looking at everything you're looking at, everything you do. You cannot escape the creator. He's inside of you. I was like, damn, if I'd have known that, you know how much shit I would not have done? I wouldn't have done it. That's what I'm like, please forgive me. Because that's what I say. Like, if you feel like God said, if you feel like you did something like fucked up, just forgive yourself, figure out why you did that. Like, do the shadow work. Okay, I did some fucked up shit. Now, because you're a program, so you got to process it. What am I supposed to learn from this experience to make me a better program? Because your program is going to transfer over in your DNA to your next person in your lineage. And the ancestors like, nah, y'all bitches stay down there. They don't even want y'all to come back here. You know why they don't want? Because as soon as y'all get up to the top, y'all think you're almighty. You think you're doing it all by yourself, and your motherfuckers drop to the bottom because you forgot when you was down here. You forgot who was down here. You forgot who helped you. You forgot who you were, and all that shit. You got disconnected from your father because y'all kept falling too much. And it was like, now y'all ain't even listening, because every time y'all got up there and he dropped y'all back down, the more resentment you got, instead of you guys doing what the women did. When the women came in, we with the feminine energy, we was busting our ass because we ended up, because when we came in, what they thought was a disadvantage in the game, the devil was using a tactic to make us feel like we had to take over our masculine energy, right? So we take over this masculine energy and we're trying to fight against this system because we don't got men, and then we can make aggressive and stuff like that. That the devil didn't know, but that was God's tactic. He let it go on because it made the women, the boys and the bitches, right? He had the girls come back with the boys, make them soft because the girls was emotional, but they were emotional. But that was the way that a woman fights and to get into her masculine. We got to take the garbage out. We got to pay our own bills. We got to fix our own shit in our house and stuff like that. That is your masculine energy, right? And then your feminine energy is like bathing the baby and sitting, taking your spiritual baths and stuff, lighting your candles, doing your tarot and stuff like that, meditating, paint your finger. You know what I'm saying? Like masculine, female is good. Like, you know what I mean? Masculine. But we had no choice. We had to do it anyway. So, and then the system was like the negative polarity, because you're down here low, would say, I'm gonna put this boy over here with this woman, and they're all gonna be fucked up, thinking that everybody just was gonna be all fucked up. Single parent woman, emotional, bitter, whatever, all kinds of shit. 3 kids, 2 different baby dad. You know what I'm saying? The story is like damn the same for like all different stories you'll see. You got the woman with a certain amount of kids and a certain amount of baby. Like everybody's story is the same. It's a collective. It's hard to explain, but they'll never do studies and show you the real charts to show you where you at and how you can get ahead in the game. Because why would they do that if they can keep you in the game and keep siphoning off of you and end up getting a disadvantage, and you'll keep coming back in here and keep doing it over and over again, and you'll never win at this point. That's why God is here, because you can't win. Because I knew when I got on that floor and I called to God, I was like, I couldn't win. I was just like, that's it. It was over for me ever winning at 50 years old. And I had already been like 5 years celibate. I was like, I don't want to date none of you two somewhere. Like, I knew that guy for like almost 3 years. We were really good friends. I was like, that was my friend. And then I said, like, I can't deal with you like that, but I'll be your friend. And he was just acting like whoever this girl he must have got with, he just thought he was on top of the world. She put glamour spells, sex magic, all kind of love potion number 9. I don't know. She was doing graveyard shit. They was conjuring up entities. They were dancing butt naked, doing orgies and shit. This not just the Diddy situation. This is going on with just even regular normal women that don't know who they are as divine beings. That these people that you see on these TV screens, the top people in the game, all the top people in the game, you see them and you don't realize that they took your fucking destiny. We are the divine beings. We're supposed to have all of that. This world belongs to us. That's why it says, what is it for a man to inherit the earth, the world, and lose his soul? What is it for a man to profit and inherit the world, but to lose his soul? It's because as above, so below is the divine beings ruled up there. That's why they can't stay up there and do none of that shit. And down here it's supposed to be the same, right? What ended up happening was they know that God is the sun, and that's why they try to block it out. That's why they try to do the eclipse. That's why they try to do the clouds and stuff like this. All right, but they see that if you notice, the sun is getting closer to Earth. And what are they going to do when the sun gets into sight? And you said, I thought it was sun. I thought you was, and then they collectively tried to make us believe. God said that's a fact. Okay, pay attention. Now, they tried to say that when God, when the sun, excuse me, they call it the sun. When the sun is supposed to have like an expiration date. right? They said, oh, this son is only this amount of years, trying to make his children manifest their father into being something. Like, they thought that they could do that. That's how low whatever is down here is. That whatever it is that's trying to attack the divine beings is trying to directly attack the creator, your father, God, your Lord and Savior. You should be pissed. Because trying to go up against somebody that you know sit by the throne, and this is why everything fell apart for everybody else. Because they thought, like, because I'm just like a regular, she don't look like it. She can't be that, whatever. Maybe what? Who the fuck told you that? Like God said that doesn't even make sense to a God when he knows his child. And I am the representation and reflection of everybody watching this. If you're a divine feminine, if you're a woman that's watching this right now, I am you talking in a different time. Okay? So we might be on here right now in the same time zone, like 10:46 or something. We're in different places at the same time. I am you and you are me. So I am telling you because you know what I'm saying. Because you made me come on here and do this. Divine masculines, this is to you. The masculine part of me said that you guys should be ashamed of yourselves of what you did to these women. And if you are a man of any integrity, and if you put God first, forgive every single woman that you've ever been around that ever hurt you. And just know that God is here now, and he's telling you, nobody gonna put their hands on his kids. And if they think about it, even if you're not in your north node, he don't care. The game is over. He's not going to let them attack you anymore because you're in your south node. You don't realize that if somebody say that, I can't stand that bitch, I hope this or this, whatever like that, all that shit is real. That shit happens to you. So you wonder why you get headaches or why you get sick or why everybody got a cold all of a sudden. They're sending everybody all kinds of viruses because they're trying to attack the systems and stuff like that. Because everybody don't know that you have power to tell you. You have to call your energy back to you from everywhere and call your energy and tell God to please don't let my energy be siphoned from anywhere, from somewhere without my permission and stuff like that. And you have to bind up and transmute all black magic spells and stuff like that. You have to tell your archangels who are standing right next to you what the fuck to do. Say, protect me. They'll do it. You have to speak up. God put them in place. But God said, you're going to use we ain't supposed to be talking. You ain't even got to talk to say it. You can say it in your thoughts. That might be better because there's going to get to a point where we're not going to even have this language anymore. This language is about to be a wrap because this language is not by spell work, because the words that we're using that we conjured up to make a language the words are actually sound frequencies, right? That you interpret as something, but don't realize that the frequencies and sounds that you're putting out are like spells to allow them to siphon your energy. So you got to constantly, when you speak out, suck it back in. But they didn't realize that all the stuff that we're sucking in and sucking out is the Holy Spirit, which they were ciphering through to get to us, the divine beings. And that's how their systems are like coming down. Like there's no crevice, molecule, atom on the face of any planet, dimension, and anywhere in any cosmos, universes, timelines, that the creator is not in control. So forget yourself. They've been trying to cloud y'all for a long time. It's been a lot going on where the devil has been working and thinking that he's got a hand in doing things to keep suppressing you guys down here. And he is so at a disadvantage now because you see how the sword is going down. It's like, damn it, embedded in here. So like, how can you win when like there are like, it's hard to get up and then you don't make it all the way up to the top. You know what I mean? Because All right. Okay. So what they try to do is they try to like make you like put your in like there's a confusion that they try to do, right? So they say that the devil is the master manipulator, the master of confusion and all that stuff like that. So it's like the confusion is almost like blinding you. So, but in essence is that if you just like say if you did close your eyes, you would see more than you do with your eyes open. But that's like the blind faith thing when you jump off. That's how what I have. Like I don't look at anything around me as it existing outside of that is God. That is God. And that's what God says. God said, when you look around and be like, oh, this is the house I built with the wood and all this stuff like that, and this paint that I use and stuff. God does not that doesn't what is that to a creator? Right? And it's like, oh, you like the okay, child. Your children, your little babies. Look at the things we like. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? All right. So you are in a creation of God. Everything around you belongs to the creator. You have to start looking around your house at everything you have and just be grateful for it. The more grateful you are for what you have and the more that you just appreciate and be like, I'm glad with what I had. That's when the blessings come. Number two, it's authentic. You have to rise to a certain degree in lessons before you get to that point where you have access to things like that. God said it's a fact, but they end up cheating. You know what I mean? And they start doing this stuff where they trying to take the divine beings and they start ciphering our energy and binding us up and putting us in like bad situations that we can't get out. Like we be stuck in situations like there's the opportunities and stuff, which we're not at this point. But they think we are, but we're not. It's almost like we almost allow ourselves to be stagnated like this. Yeah, they're like, you hear what it is? It's like, because we're divine beings. So who the fuck can we got God in us, the creator? Can nobody do shit? Nothing to you. They can't do nothing to you. They ain't never gonna do anything to you ever again. And they know it and they mad. Because this is a fact. The devil is mad. Because whatever that they was looking back to, they mad. They mad. Big mad. Big mad. Okay, because whatever they were thinking that they could, okay, let me look back and see. Like, this is like foresight. So they didn't have foresight. They wasn't like, look at this well laid out plan. Like, okay, so if we do this, okay, now let's look back at the plan that we had and see what could go wrong. They didn't do that. All right. So that's what happened and why we got into where we at, because they thought that they, like they do other divine beings, which I was bait. So my father used me as bait and they were using my twin flame as bait to try to get me into a south node so they can do a destiny swap with my energy, give it to this Jezebel girl that it was whatever, because my father, who faked his death or something, had all this money and had a will that he left me, and they were trying to get it, so they hired him to be a hitman. I was like, this shit sounds like it's gonna be a good ass fucking movie. I swear, I was like, yo, who gonna play me? Who gonna play my role? So many people that are part of this story. You know what I'm saying? So this is the only movie y'all gonna see for the rest of LA. I got 50 years worth of shit. So there was a hitman that they hired through the Masons. Yeah. Okay. Masonic temple, the Freemasons. All right. So my father was like a dark warlock. And he faked his death because right after I was born, like 2 weeks after I was born, is when he started siphoning my energy and he won the trifecta. You don't know what I can see, like I'm I'm talking to y'all and I can see God, I just pop right up in my like I'm gonna be okay. I'm all right. He just let me know that it's okay. All right, so he was ciphering my energy because he knew I was a divine being. And they've been doing that ever since. It became a thing because I sit by the throne of God. They knew that my energy was really, really powerful. Like I can power this whole planet. They don't want nobody to know about no divine being like that. A black woman on top of that. So the music industry was tapping into my head and doing all the things they were doing to create the stuff they were creating. They were creating stuff that they know that would lead me down the wrong road and lead people, my divine beings, down the wrong road because they were using my creativity to do it, to kill my people, to kill God's children, to make us hate each other. They were looking into my weaknesses and they were creating music or making the chosen create music like that so then we would sing it and make it more powerful. This is a really, I have fighter jets flying past my house, helicopters, Black Hawk helicopters be following me. I'm going down the street and the Black Hawk helicopters coming down Main Street with me. I got video of all kinds of shit, spaceships and stuff circle my house. This has been going on for years. And everybody around here act like shit is, they don't see the spaceship flying over their house. Or flying over the car. We're going down the street, Corley's Avenue. The ship is like, I was like, these gotta be MP3s, MPCs or whatever. When I woke up and I was so pissed, I went outside and my father was trying to let me like calm down. When I was realizing the truth, like the veil came down off of me, I know everything. Like as far as that, the reality of it all, to the degree that this is fake. So I was walking, I just left my house and just started walking down the street. And I was like, I don't want any cars to come down the street. I was so pissed. Yo, all the cars started turning. No cars came out of the way. I was like, I had to get it together. We are divine beings. If you are listening to me right now, I promise you that you are divinely guided here. You are not a human being. You are a powerful, you have endless power. Endless power. How the fuck did we get trapped down here in a meat suit? They gonna think about what they did. They're not gonna breadcrumb you guys no more. So if everybody that's on here definitely got stories where you just feel so disadvantaged, like you can be like the best candidate or you can be the best friend or the best girlfriend or boyfriend and the person just does just like breadcrumbs you like, oh, I'll talk to you later. It's just like, I know I look good. I know I'm drug and disease free or I hold my own. I'm independent. I'm a good person. Like, how can I know this person and this person have been a good friend of mine? They know me. Why, when soon as I start giving my heart to you and become vulnerable to you, it's like the mask comes off because they're playing a role and you just got played. Because you don't realize that this is a game and you're losing because your emotions are attached. Oh, but God said they ain't doing that shit no more. They're not gonna be breadcrumbing y'all asses no more. Anybody that come your way and that anybody that comes across any divine being, God is saying right now that they're going to serve you. They're going to worship the ground that y'all walk on. They're going to do whatever you need them to do to make you better. They're not going to take your destiny. They cannot take what God gives you. Everybody has an abundance that is talking to you. You have power of the tongue. Anything that you want, God is telling you right now. But you know that whatever you do, whatever you get, you're supposed to help others. There's no such thing as hoarding. You have an endless supply of everything. Everything. There is no shortage for a divine being. Your father will spoil the fuck out of you. But they not taking that shit no more. Destiny swapping and shit, killing people. The mom was supposed to be a star. They destiny swap her, give it to the daughter. The cousin was supposed to be one. Pookie, you know what I'm saying? They give it to the other dude, kill him. He gets shot out. But that would have been the other dude. He probably would have got shot out there on the streets and stuff. Or they had people that was going to tell you, like the Nipseys, you know what I mean? Like the Biggies, like the Tupacs, like the Princes and the Michael Jacksons. They were the sons. They were God. That was God. That's why they killed them. They thought that they was going to kill God. Because you just think about it. They had to be God. Look how great they were, right? They were legends. That's God. God is everybody. God is everybody. That was God. God used these people. They're his children that also sacrificed coming out here to try to make an impact on the world and try to bring enlightenment and try to infiltrate this fucking system. And they would catch them in their south node because you're depressed or you're not getting enough sleep. Confirmation. That is the first thing they do. They try to get you into your south node by over exhausting, exhorting you, making you stressed out and sad and stuff. You're not happy. You're not connected. You're a divine being. You don't need to worry about sleep. So if you think that you're stressed out because you're not getting any sleep, you probably are, but you don't realize that you're a divine being. Stop complaining about shit. You are all. If you want to go to sleep, you just have to say, you know what? I'm going to drink this coffee. That's what I say. I'm going to drink this coffee and I'm going to get relaxed and I'm going to get comfortable and I'm going to get cozy and I'm going to go to sleep. And I'm going to get a comfortable 6 hours of sleep, even if I go to sleep 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, because I don't like to close my eyes. Well, I close my eyes, I see the apocalypse. Okay? I see clouds. If people in clouds going by, it was a whole bunch of scrunched up, kind of like, it was like packed on the cloud and stuff. And it was like all these corpses, right? And then I looked in the cloud and it was somebody over there and it was like, I was like, I'm just like this. It's like, I went in my room to go lay down and just like this, I ain't even smoke. I closed my eyes and I was like, and I could see the cloud and I could see somebody waving and I got my eyes closed, but I waved my hand like, and I was just like, yo, what is this? This is so Then I saw another cloud coming through and it was like a ribbon, kind of ribboning, and it was going up towards the other one. And it was a whole bunch of souls that was going up. And I was like, oh, but I know that the way that the souls have to get to heaven, they have to go through me. I'm like some kind of portal. They call it the death angel. So that's why every time I'm around somebody, not every time I'm around somebody die, but I'm like the Grim Reaper. So people that are going to die, I tend to be around, but it's to make sure that they get into heaven, because God don't play about his divine. So some of them, there are not just one. There are a lot of divine beings, okay? And we are all around somewhere where the divine beings are going to have to go cross over. And we help to get them over there because they don't, because and that's not how we do it. So, but they're fine and stuff. But your portal is just like an avenue to bring down your ancestors. It's not like, that's not your kid. It's probably your mama, your grandmother, your cousin, your uncle, somebody else in the divine realm. It's definitely not your kid. But you think it's your kid. And then they do crazy stuff like they're playing the game like Call of Duty. Say like I start crying, right? In the game, like, this is unfair. You know what I'm saying? And what is your father gonna do? That's it. I had enough of this damn game. Y'all gonna get off this shit. But in order to get us all off of, then you gotta ascend. So okay, listen. If I say, if the creator says, y'all gotta get up off this game, that is an eternity. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have time, but what you're not going to do is play this game unfair. What you're not going to do is fuck around with his anointed, his chosen, his divine are down here, and that ain't happening. Anybody that's down here that don't want to abide by the rules, there's consequences, and I don't know them. All I know is that blood down the street and all that stuff, that's real. That's real. So you don't want that. You want to, whatever the people who have like sacrifice, and then the emotions are real because God is experiencing these emotions with us. So now these celebrities and famous people and the ones that are legends that we miss so much are fine. All of them. They all are guarded. They're all protected. They all around too. They're all guarded. They're all protected. Martin Luther King, all of them and stuff like that. Like these are energy signatures and stuff like that. Um, these are ancestors. These ancestors will come back through portals soon, but they're going to come back in different ways whenever God feels like it's it's the time. But this is the end of the road. You see, we got some sunflowers up here. But even like the sun, okay, God is like, see the faces in the sun, right? Doesn't make sense. Why they got a face in the sun? Okay. So now something. Okay. So okay, you are a child. You will always be a child. You're not an adult. You're never grown. You can never grow up. You can never feel like you have to be this mature person because you can't get back into heaven like that. You have to be childlike to get into heaven. You got to be like, ooh, look at all this stuff. Like, oh, because you know why? Because you have no idea the type of realms that exist. How you know it ain't a realm made out of candy or cotton candy? What is your favorite what the favorite food and your favorite is? Just think of and imagine the dream world of your dreams. You probably got a few of those somewhere. You just forgot about them. That's how divine you are. That's how much God loves you. And the devil knows that. So the devil wants to keep you here and not let you ascend because this is his imprisonment. And you in prison. And some people were fallen, but once you're down here and you're getting punished, you want to come back. Some of us came down here willingly. We didn't get kicked out, like because the divine beings, um, you really can't do no wrong. But you're going to, if you're not going to abide by how things are going to be in the kingdom, this is the devil's playground, right? That's where you come. But they were trying to like enlighten you guys on the structures and these systems of government and entities that was in place and what they were trying to do to break up the family. All right. The whole design was to break up family units. That was the agenda. They were using dark magic. This dark magic that they were doing, it was sacrifices. That's what this red is. It was so many sacrifices. You see like the blood dripping down. And they were doing it for wealth and for status and stuff like that. And they were looking at it as if they felt like they were growing something out of it because they felt that they were planting seeds. So they look like they feel like they're prosperous and everything like that. But what they don't realize when they were doing all that dark magic is that the divine was watching the whole time. They're not even paying attention to the fact that God is the air that you breathe. At any time, if he wanted to, he could have just cut the air off around your ass. You're not doing anything without getting permission. So the devil is getting permission from the creator to torment the fuck out of you since y'all don't want to act right and abide by your father's rules and stay down here in the devil's playground doing God know what. Cause so now you got dudes fucking girls that look like guys in the butt. Because your father did that to you. He sent the devil down here to do a hell of a good job. And he sure is. And you don't realize how to detach because he made sure that the devil would be the right pastor, the right cop, the right mother, the right teacher, the right father, the right sibling. And you're like, not my sibling. No. Your sibling is in their south node for a reason. You can't help them. The only way that you can help the person is saving yourself. And you sacrificing yourself and taking your ass on somewhere away from your family and friends and go sit your ass down somewhere and let God handle everything else and guide you, you will be fine from this black magic. But since everybody stays stuck and drag each other down, we pull each other down, we don't lift each other up because the system was paying unfair. But this black magic and stuff is the reason why everybody was all felt like they were binded up and being attacked and disadvantaged and all kinds of crazy shit. Everybody got a story, and everybody got a story about almost dying. Because you got this Jezebel spirit right here. That's what I call this one. It's identified as a Jezebel spirit. She got the fish in the cup. She ain't shit, just a fishy bitch. Whatever, like this. You think that the waters are calm, but they're pretty wavy. You can get wavy, but you know what I mean? She comes with this cup. She makes it look like she's good. She drives like the little white Benz or something. Stuff. She wears the little brown Uggs and stuff on her feet, or some tights and yoga pants and stuff like that. Or she's got them little little skirts on and whatnot. And she light skin, pink, you know what I mean? She got pink vagina, you know what I'm saying? And they send this to you because they use the man's psyche of what appeals to him to attract him from things that he know are negative polarities. And these things be entities. They don't, I mean, or other aliens from other races to try to if you procreate, because only demons and stuff can procreate with divine beings, they can't procreate with each other. So if they procreate with a divine being, what ends up happening is that you create a portal, right, for who to come down here. And this is why you juggle women around. And this is why you can't sit down, because the type of women that they go for will make them. And this is what happened to me. So this is Jezebel stepped in because they were trying to do a destiny swap. They were trying to figure out how to siphon my energy because they know that I had an abundance. They were trying to do a destiny swap, so they can, but for different ways they were siphoning my energy. And I remember talking to him one day, and he's like, "Oh, I'm coming from Atlantic City," because he was a divine being. This girl took him all the way down here, and he didn't realize he was clueless. He didn't understand this shit. And I was telling him, because I told him I was clairvoyant. He knew that as a warlock, he knew that he was doing something to somebody. He said they thought I was like a black witch or something. I don't know what the fuck they said. I don't know. She was a high priestess. She was a dark priestess, a high priestess, or whatever. She was intuitive. She come from an abundance because they've been siphoning off my shit. So she's also got an abundance. So she was doing pretty well because her family is on the dark side. So that's the reason why the rich is rich, because they used the high priestesses that they get for the chosen for them that come through their portals. You know what I mean? Come through the portals. So they'll end up sitting their ancestors down, and that's how we end up losing our inheritances. I bet you they would never. They wounded right now. They're sick. All them Jezebel fucking spirits are sick right now. Sick. For all the shit that they've been doing to break up people's homes and shit like that. And she's sick. She's sick right now for trying to do a destiny swap, for trying to get that boy with his sister to poison me. Offer some money. Offer some money. This guy comes and talks to this girl, comes to talk to this female, right? He knows that who I am, the child of. He know about my father leaving me and all that shit like that. When my father won the trifecta, and after I was born, of course, he siphoned my energy. So I'm like good luck. I'm like a good luck charm. So he knew how to tag onto my energy, and he went to the racetrack and won the trifecta. And I think that the government figured it out because they probably already knew and been tracking me for lifetimes. This organization was tracking, you know what I mean? Because they've been tracking me since the 1800s. All right, so that I know of. And I bet you none of them. You can ask any government official, you can call any federal agency, you can call whoever the fuck you want to. They will not tell you I'm lying. Because they know that God will kill them. Lying on me. Oh, you're gonna lie. You lie on me, you lying on God. They lying on you, they lying on God. If you're a divine being. All right, so also right here are two dogs. These two dogs are my two angels that are always with me. So they thought that whatever the fuck they were doing, nobody was seeing them. I didn't know what they were doing. The whole time, my angels, my archangels, have been keeping track of everything. All the shit that they were doing, that they can't do anymore. They was trying to do shit that like caused me so much conflict. They would throw like everything. They're trying to throw like sexually transmitted demons and stuff. But I just knew something was wrong because I don't get sexually aroused. Like I don't get horny. That shit that's an entity because I don't get horny because I'm a mental person. So I thought I was with him when it was like 2 days later, 3 days later. I was like, why am I so horny? Like I could just fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, he must have. And we wear condoms, of course. So I Googled that shit. And I was like, he gave me a sexually transmitted demon. I texted him, I was like, yo, you got an incubus on you. You gave me a succubus. And then the whole time that was my father's whole plan was because he knew that he was going to do that. My father knows everything. And I was able to transmute the succubus, just like I transmuted the COVID. I had to get the COVID to transmute that and transmute the shit that they stuck into everybody. I had to transmute that shit. It took me a while to get that done. Because these are all just programs. I'm a program. We're not real people. They can't do whatever the fuck they were doing to the divine beings anymore. Okay? They can't do it no more. They will not cause any chaos and confusions in your life no more. They were like, all the things that they did are coming back to them. So all the people that have wronged us had like all that death magic that he was throwing. They were doing that shit to y'all too. Y'all just didn't know why your chest was hurting. You didn't know why you sick with COVID. You know what I mean? They said they want you sick with COVID, then they want you to separate, and then they tell you later that separating didn't matter. You didn't have to separate. But if we all would have did like they did in Florida, because I went down to Florida, something told me to pack my shit and go to Florida. And that's what I did. Because down in Florida, we did the where everybody young just went out and we would get it and we would transmute it. You know what I'm saying? And so then if we transmute it and we figure out how to fight off this virus, the signature goes out. So then the old or the weak or the frail or the whoever else, their programs will automatically identify and know what to do with it so it doesn't kill you because it's not foreign to you like that. But why wasn't children dying of that? But children die of the flu. They were trying to do it and put all these burdens and everything. All this shit is firing back. If the thing is that way karma works is that it hits some of the people that you love too. So that'll be like when everybody in the house sick. And you're lucky that that's all he did to some people. But you cannot put burdens on a high priestess. You cannot put death spells, black magic. You can't do all that shit to a high priestess. We are loving, kind, sweet. We don't bother nobody. People. We tell the truth too. Whoever these people are that have caused you guys any kind of pain, harm, sorrow, disrespect, God don't care if you think that's your mother or your cousin or your ex-girlfriend or your baby mom. They gonna be some broke ass bitches for generations. Anybody who has tried to come up against a divine being, there is no mercy. The wrath of God is not, oh, let me reason with you. Because how do you make an example out of people who have done the things that they have done to you and you are a divine being? They did it to God, they did it to you, and judgment has already been called. There's nothing nobody can do except move the fuck out the way and worry about yourself. You're talking about a creator here. We're not we're not talking about all because these people who know better, who is in sound mind and judgment, knew what they were doing when they were focusing on, planning on doing what they did. This is a free will situation. This is a situation with free will is at play for a wish fulfillment. To his daughter, who sits on the throne in front of my father, who's also a spiritual warrior and a high-ranking one at that. I control armies with hundreds of millions of spaceships. hundreds of millions. They tried to siphon energy from a star seed. They are siphoning energy from a star seed. That's crazy. They've been doing this. How are your lights on? Probably you. Why are we paying for our fucking electricity when we don't need the pyramids to ping off of? That's what they thought. They thought that if they removed these pyramids out of the way, where we were able to, our energy was guided and directed and sourced where it needed to be strategically throughout everywhere. Makes sense now, right? I'm just learning this for myself right now too. They were doing everything to try to systematically destroy the divine and find a way to get to the heavens. What's wrong with them? They were doing stuff like trying to go. God is saying that they were working on shit using divine beings, trying to get into the heavens to attack your father. They were working really hard at this. They were also working on death spells, sex magic, STDs, all them other shit, depression spells, suicide spells, insecurity spells, confusions, any kind of confusion, manipulation, projection, gaslighting, and all that shit. It's all spells. Some people don't even realize that they're witches and warlocks and stuff like that. They just talk real bad about people. They're just always mad. They always got something fucked up to say. They're argumentative. You can't get along with them. Every time you're around, you get on their nerves. They always got a problem with when you try to talk kind or you try to speak the truth or you're knowledgeable and shit like that. They make you feel bad about being a level-minded person. They make you feel guilty about the fact that you're not wasting your life and you're just focused on you. This is all spell work. All of it. The dude that don't give you a compliment, the guy that sends you a one-word text or a couple of letter text messages but consistently send them, the dude that will take you out like maybe once and then call you randomly to smash constantly until you gotta wait until he's damn near 50 years old and he want to settle down. I can go on and on and on. And her too. And this greedy ass bitch right here. Oh my god. Y'all think that this shit is like when Jesus prayed in love. Nah, fuck that. This bitch right here, this money hungry, gold digging ass Jezebel, taking somebody else's destiny. Just the fuck these bitches do. They've been taking people's destinies. I'll give you an example. Let me put this down. So you got a celebrity. I ain't gonna name no names. Right? They get with one of these type of chicks, right? One of these gold diggers. Right? The wife. The first wife, right? Never see him again, right? How we know that they don't swipe their destinies so they can bring all that income over there? Why do you think that after these men stop paying child support, the women go bankrupt? They don't have shit. They're like, oh, he was giving her this much money. No, but like they was figuring out how to siphon. Like even if you see 20,000 come in, the government will find a way to, like, you owe mad taxes, or the more money you make, the more taxes you got to pay, the more expenses that you got, the more things that your kids want to do, the more things that you fall into having and stuff like that, that you like, that shit goes faster because of the lifestyle that you're at. And you got to live that. Your child should, the court say your child should live a similar lifestyle that they had when they were in the marriage, or that you live to some degree, because yours technically should be like 25% of your income should go to your children. But somehow the taxes against you, it's like always some kind of methodology to make sure that the divine beings, when the swaps happen, even if that happens with the wife, the husband who marries the woman, cheats on her with the Jezebel, gets the wife depressed. Then when she's sad and depressed, do the destiny swap. Go ahead with the white bitch. It's a Masonic fucking ritual, y'all. Cat Williams was telling y'all about it. That's how it exactly what it is. They're not getting these people, these men are not successful, is what Cat Williams was like. What are you talking about when it comes down to hold on, I gotta get some water. Like why he don't give Kevin Hart like the respect that he gets for being a comedian, because he probably feels that Tori, because Tori, she's a gift. So even if she had her creativity, if her destiny wasn't stolen, she'd be 1,000 times more funnier. And Cat Williams knows that, so Cat Williams tried to help her and support her because he knows that her destiny was swapped. So why you think that he tried to help her to, and she still keep trying to go. But with that, Tori don't know what I tell her is that the reason why she's still sustaining herself is because of God. She know that. But if she didn't know that, he thinks that Kevin Hart stole her creativity. So that's why he was funny, or why he got why he was able to attach to these organizations and get what he was able to get. Because if she's worth billions of dollars and they say, okay, you do the destiny swap, we'll siphon the energy off of you and we'll give you, 50 million. But they didn't got like $1 billion or $2 billion from her out of the deal. But the black man don't give a fuck, because this is why the money is a root to all evil. It had nothing to do with us chasing money and stuff like that, because we always trying to survive. It was because these divine masculines and Jezebels and witches and warlocks are willing to do anything for money by killing off divine beings, or either destiny swapping divine beings by marrying them, having kids, creating a life. But as soon as that guy blow up and all of a sudden the industry want him, he goes from nothing to something, and you telling me that was a gift from God? Because a gift from God would have been the whole fucking building. What are you talking about? So all of a sudden, now God said, yep, you've seen that, right? Don't play with God. They've been playing with God far too long. They thinking that, well, he ain't here this lifetime. We ain't seen him in, 100,000 years. We ain't heard about him. Got him to the point where he a boogeyman, wants y'all to be scared of your father. You better be scared of him. He gonna put you and burn you in hell. No, he not. He gonna move your asses out the way. He gonna tear your asses up just like any parent should for the shit that we've done. And y'all ain't gonna experience shit I haven't felt. I ain't dead. You don't die. So he's not gonna kill you. How the fuck can you kill somebody that is immortal? You have unconditional eternal love from God. You have unconditional eternal compassion from God. You have unconditional eternal understanding and commitment from him that he gonna be there for you. He gonna protect you the best that he can. But sometimes y'all gotta learn that the weight of this world ain't it. It ain't it, because when we thought it was and everything was all good just a week ago type shit. Look, we lost Tupac, we lost Biggie, we got countless people getting killed. And it's like, how do we go from slavery to, locking arms together to we are the world to now we killing each other, and now bitches is just ain't shit. Niggas ain't shit. Everybody body fake. Everybody face, you don't even know what they look like without their makeup on. You're like, who the fuck is that? Everybody look the same. The same typical. Got these women that insecure, they want to look like somebody else. And that shit right there should have been, that was damn near enough right there for everybody in the world to turn the divine mass feminine, who is the most beautiful thing walking the face of this earth. God said the most beautiful thing he ever created. How the hell do we need to change anything? Everybody still try to look like us while we trying to look like them, and then they try to look like us. Like it's like a race to nothingness, and then you look weird. Body look weird. You smell weird. You just, everything's weird about you. And then these guys go for that because it's like, I can get, the other divine being. That's like a lot of hard work. I gotta be committed. I gotta get my shit together. But when you with that person, you committed, your shit together. As soon as you fuck around on her, as soon as you run the other way, you over here busting your ass trying to work this bitch. Is like, you got some money because I'm hungry. You know what I mean? But she pretty as hell. She got a nice body. You it's just She light skinned. She got good hair. Her vagina pink. That is the most insane shit to not see that's bait. It's a cup with a fish in it. You're bait. You're bait for them to get your divine inheritance, for you to get your all of that. And none of that shit is going to nobody but divine spouses ordained by God. And when it doesn't exist, it all falls apart because that's what God said. So you're going to see the divine masculine and feminine energies down here on earth, like you see in the heavens. Yeah, because nobody can stop it. You're about to see a divine masculine, all the divine masculines and the divine feminines, all of them. You're going to see what it's like when God ordains a marriage. Don't nobody tell God who he wants to be. He tells you. They's like, oh, in the Bible it says so and so gave so and so and said they married this, and you know, oh no, I know for a fact that the only person that a divine being should be with is who your God, your creator, your father tells you to be with. But when you with that person, is how would you know how to? You're with a person based on their spirit, somebody that can make you better, somebody that you can bring a portal down, and the portal is going to bring your ancestor, your smartest, the inventors, the scientists, the mathematicians, Dr. CB. Maybe Nipsey will come back. Well, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, we have to keep the divine lineage of the divinity going, because down that divine path are divine beings like Michael Jackson and Prince and all of them. They come down these portals. We're not birthing out a child, we're birthing a nation. This is deeper than the government, I'm telling you. And the thing is like a lot of these celebrities are already well aware of me. All of them know my name. They know me. They probably watch on shadow accounts, or they'll just pull it up and not click on it. But it's a lot of motherfuckers watching. Trust me. Somebody screen recording, and they'll go into the on the dark web, and they'll watch me like they was doing on them cameras, because they had them fucking black. They had them fucking They had me on a black web. It's crazy. You could sell my skin for ask them how much they were selling my skin when I got my tummy tuck. It's crazy, right? It's insane. But they be eating your babies too. When you have, that's why Black women have the highest rate of infant mortality. I'm not saying probably. And if anybody tries to censor me, or anybody tries to say something that differs with that, they're gonna have to take it up with the creator, because he's here already. So they're not playing. I don't have to censor and say, well, maybe this is allegedly. I'm the judge. My father and I'm up there is the jury, and I know my father is definitely the executioner. So I'm like, I just gotta get some drink real quick. But I know that these destiny swaps that they've been doing, it got out of hand when they tried to when they, and that's why I came here. My father, the creator, sent me here because he knew that I never like died before, so he knew that I would be able to probably, I would be able to transmute it. But if I told y'all the way that I see it as an immortal being, it sounds real insensitive and fucked up. But like, so my brother come in the game, right? And it's like, damn, you become a martyr. Like, I want to be like you. You're a hero. You know what I mean? You watching your brother play the game. You see him playing the game. Be like, yo, everybody's talking about you and stuff. My father mad as hell. He's like, well, what about me? I'm the one who I was with him. You know what I'm saying? Right? He wouldn't be there if it wasn't for me. I created him. I created everything. Like, how the fuck you forget about me? We pray that Jesus. His name is Yeshua. But we don't even like say, like, that's not even how we don't communicate the way. We don't communicate like the way that we do here. So it's hard to explain. With signatures, like, you know the signature. So I don't have to say like, hey, Yashua, what's up? Like, what's good? Yep. Because that's not how you. Divine beings is a different type of being. I'll say, like, I can go to another realm. This realm I go to. Everybody, for me, like, with your human perspective, this motherfucker look ugly. You'd be like, oh my God, that's a monster, right? And then we had like this demon head, and he was teaching me, like, because I go places to, sharpen up, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a warrior, so I gotta go places and go through training. So I'm in this astral realm, and we playing with like this demon head, and the backboard was like one of the demon heads. The head like real funny, like real weird and shit. We were having a good time, and then like after we finished playing, like we just like sitting, but we don't have like not sitting, but like we're floating in the air up by the like the hoop, the net. And we're just sitting there, and I got the ball in my hand, and I was like, damn, like this is such a vibe, yo. It feels so good because ain't no hate, ain't no color, ain't no creed, ain't none of this. Just pure love and enjoyment and friends that just genuinely miss you and just, you know what I mean? Because it's mad places I go. So, because I'd be traveling all the time, right? So I had a good time and shit. And then like when I come back here from where I go, it's like going to sleep. I wake up and I'm like, oh my God. So I go outside because outside I got like, I think I can show you. I got like security, right? It's like one bright ass light that be out here. That shit following me around everywhere I go. Like everybody in the scene, I'm like, look, I brought my star with me, and one star in the sky. They don't make it like look. They let it be known. Like right there, nah, we're not playing about that. So you go I'll show you guys. You go on my Facebook. I post some videos up there because sometimes I sit here and I can look up and I can see the star right there. Maybe on me. Watch out. Are you watching? Can you see through the window? Can you see through the walls? Let me ask the question like that. You see through the wall? I'm like, yeah, we can see everything. You know what I'm saying? They can be here. Sometimes they come up in here and I can feel them because like so like when they come, it's so loving that I just start crying. You know what I'm saying? Like because they come and all I can feel is love and appreciation and gratitude, and they just so happy that I broke the curse and connected and got the beacon so everybody could come back here and all that shit like that, because them motherfuckers coming. They're coming because that's what Jesus was. Jesus was a beacon, and they knew that he was a beacon, and that's why they did what they did, because they was like, oh wait, I think he's like connected, you know what I'm saying? Let's get disconnected. So my brother's playing a game and I'm just like, damn, you're a hero. And I asked my father, can I come in the game? Because I think I could do it. If he could do it, I'm pretty sure. So I like really, really practiced really, really hard to come here. And shit was hard. And my father had to watch his child get their ass whooped trying to get his other kids out, and I got caught down there doing the most fucked up shit too. Like shit I ain't proud about. So I know that the majority of people have not done half the shit that I have done. And, my brother played the game so much that when he came in, he know how to play it, where to play it at, what to do what he need to do so that I can come in the game and play and keep playing about 100,000 times, because I played this game like 100,000 times at least before I was able to. And this is the second time I did it. So this is not the first time I was in the game. It's the second time I was here and ascended. But I ascended under a different signature, which is Jesus. Yeah. It's a signature. We run under the same code. That's why I got all his scars. And my father said, well, if you're going to go in there, you're going to play under his name. You got to go through everything he went through. So I come in a simulation and I start playing under my brother. And I got hit by a whole bunch of cars to get there. So I got a herniated disc in my back, my lower back, exactly where in the Bible it says that they ripped over his skin. And I got 3 herniated discs in my neck, the same place when you see that he bent over like this and my bones stick out. And I got the marks on both of my arms and where the crucifix was. And I got the first hit that they hit when they stuck that thing in him. The first time they hit my brother, they hit him in the side. And that's where the first mark I got. That's my birthmark. We all have the same stories because we all are the same person. We're just masculine and feminine versions. So I am you, you are me. Remember that. We're in different time zones. So you'll end up here one day and you'll ascend too. Meaning that if you die, you're going to come back in the game where you left off at. So you'd be like, whew, that was close. You died. You came back in the game right there. Just like if you die in a game, what do? You're like, I'm gonna go back in there, and you don't realize it though. I did. I realized when I died. My father let me see what it looks like, and I was like, I'm dead. But I didn't see dead people. I was like, oh, I was looking for people. Like I could, like, even when I went on my phone looked like I was in a different place. I was telling my husband, like, yo, I don't think I'm where you are. I think I think I'm somewhere else. I don't think that I'm really on the phone with you. I think that you're here with me. Like I could sense that we're all not on the phone together. Like this is no such thing as like all of this shit. This is just an illusion. We're all fucking together because we're all one person. It's hard to explain, but it's like a little bit more layered. Um, because everything happens at the same time in like a circle, the past, present, the future. That's why I can talk to dead people, because I can talk to them from the future version of themselves, the spirit of them that travels through portals, but they can't get back here because don't nobody want to come back here like this, and they don't have really suitable portals to come down until the divine beings that are here, because there's plenty of us here, everything is about to shift. So I don't know if the world gonna crack open. I don't know, but no matter what happens, don't get scared. If you see the sun getting close, it's not going to burn you. You're just going to start probably turning into a light. I don't know, maybe start getting your wings. I don't know. But I know that you should like put on Kendrick Lamar or something. I'm going to get back to this reading because I know that I told you I'll be going all off track. But the Bible was forbidden knowledge only because the words were used and weaponized against God, because you're going to church on Sundays, and Sundays is the day he rests. That is the most disrespectful thing to know that that's the only day that your father home, because you've been working all freaking week, and then y'all want to go party and worship the devil on the day that your father's resting, and you're telling me that there's a rhyme or reason. No, you should be home meditating and talking to God and telling him how much you love him, how thankful for you are. You should be setting your ass down. You should be thankful and loving people and being nice and shh. Your father is resting. The birds are angels. That's why all of a sudden the birds got bird flu. They're trying to stop. You see how they was like, oh, there's going to be something with bird with the eggs again, because they knew that because it's as above, so below, and it's an illusion. So you see birds, but they're actually angels. That's why if you notice when you go outside, you're starting to see a lot of birds. And a lot of the birds that you're starting to see now are like a lot of bit bigger than they were before. And then sometimes you go outside, you can see stuff in the air, and you're like, you gotta see that. Or in your house, you see like, or flash of something white and stuff like that. You'll see stuff. God is with you at all times. So if you close your eyes and you look up to the right corner, right here, on your right side, you will see an eye. That's the eye of Ra. So we do have Egyptian ties too. But if you close your eyes, you can see God. Like, you know how when like you rub your eyes and you be seeing the eyes or something? That's God. You bugging, y'all be I knew that wasn't my eyes. I don't know what y'all thought. I just know God. And God wants you to know that if you do not see that, and that is fine, don't get scared. You're bound to him. You're bound to the devil, right? So you're going to have to figure out how to break and sever that tie. Breaking and severing that tie is choosing Christ, God, as God is your Lord and Savior, and that Jesus came here and he died for your sins, and he ascended on the third day for you to be able to get back home, because he is a beacon. And if it wasn't for Jesus, I wouldn't have been able to get back down here, because he was the one who put the beacon up so I can come down through that heat signature, through that energy signature. And they knew that they can't get away with that. Whatever they was trying to look forward to doing, because they were trying to look forward to doing something. So basically what I'm saying right now is that the devil is watching right now. That's what I'm being told. And God is saying that there's nothing to look forward to. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing to look forward to. You cannot invade his divine beings. You cannot invade our space. You cannot invade our tarot. You cannot step up in our energy. You cannot send anything, any way, and do anything. We are protected by the Most High. Thank you, Ali. My cat is gone. And this emperor in reverse. I'm on the phone. This emperor in reverse. This is somebody that was like a leader. These are like the pastors, the preachers. These are the people that you would are like politicians. This is what I see it as. So he's showing me how I would see it. These are people that are literally, you would think that they are following the right ways. But he knows about like the systemic racism. He knows about the slavery. He knows about all that stuff like this, and he knows who's responsible for it. And these are people that are in leadership positions. Even some of them are like musicians. Some of them are corporate executives, corporation owners and CEOs and stuff like that, stockbrokers and everything. A lot of people that are in the business sectors, the economic sectors, the leaders of countries and stuff like that. He knows how what oaths they made and who they work for and how they are think they're building some kind of solid foundation to sit on, or a concrete kind of throne that is so solidified on this earth. But God is saying that there's nothing that isn't his. And everything that they try to do to try to entrap, to burden, to drag down him through his divinities, his children, his divine beings. He was watching every single thing that was going on. He knows everything that everybody was doing. He knows who did it, who responsible, who had a hand in it, who was watching, who didn't say anything, and had knowledge of the things that was going on, especially dealing with these children, like the innocent ones that should have been at amusement parks and circuses and stuff like that. That their innocence was taken from them. His divine beings. That's what they would do. He coming. God said he's coming. He's coming to get his, and he's coming to take care of them. He's coming to get his, and he's coming to check. He's coming to get them too. Because he's coming from the kingdom of heaven. He's here. He's here. He got angels all around. That's why they tried to poison them with that bird flu shit. And God knows what they tried to do. You see how you got the bird, but you got that like red thing right there? He knows that what they tried to do as far as trying to poison or kill his angels, angelic beings. He's covered, and he's ready to he said, you're not going to get away. You're not going to get away. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. There's nothing that anybody can do because he's coming. They want to lay down their swords now. They want to walk away to calmer waters. He said, here's your sword that you were stabbing my children with. Take it and do it to him when he get here. He said he dares you to pick up that sword. Take the sword. He said he'll give it to you. Now you want to be. Now because you know you're fucked up, you want to get away. Because you see what I'm doing to some of the people around you already. You see the people as the devil. I'm talking about the devil, his minions. So you got the devil and you got his minions. The devil is one. He's operating. He's like the puppet master. And then you got his minions, the ones that do his dirty bidding. All right. These are the ones that be selling out. They're fucked up right now. All of them who did the destiny swaps. I don't give a fuck who you think you are in this world. They fucked up. You ain't seen no celebrity on no platform right now, have you? None. Especially in the music industry. Especially in the media. Like on those different sitcoms and shit like that. You ain't seen none of them motherfuckers, where's Tyler Perry? Where Oprah? Where all these people at? You're gonna see God's people though. Where the movie industry, the silver screen, where all those movie directors and stuff that was stealing the creativity from his chosen. God said, where y'all at? Because all the stuff that y'all took, y'all were mocking his children. All the shows that were ever created were created off of the energy of the every divine being that walks on the face of this earth. It's all of their stories. All of their stories. Every story of theirs is every story of yours, because we all have the same story, because we're all the same person in different time zones and different places at the same time. All right? They can't get away. They trying to walk away now. They think they can get away because they see that motherfucker sick and asking for help, asking for money, trying to figure out how they can do some spell work to get that shit off of them, because everything that they did that they thought they were balancing out, that they were hitting the divine beings with, they didn't realize that all the divine beings were transmuting that shit and fighting that shit off. And the ones that they were killing decided on when they were going to leave, and they were sacrificing themselves to prevent them from killing some of the divine beings. That's why the people that died weren't in music or wasn't doing anything with themselves and had the mark, the anointment, so that, because they already knew when they came here that they were going to be in that tip situation, and that they could go ahead and get the swap and die, so that the other family member or the other angel wouldn't, and be able to. They got them fucked up. They got fucked up. That's all I can say. He said they got me fucked up. If they think that they can get away with shit, they're not going to get away with it. They're not going to be able to do any spell work or cast any illusions, because God is a very powerful, powerful, powerful being, and so are you. His divine beings are, enough of us are connected to him right now to shut this world down. There are leaders. These are leaders, other leaders. Like, you got these people that sit on thrones. So you got like the Saudis, and you got the royal families, and you got these people in far off places, like you got the emperors and stuff. You got people still out in America, tyrants. You have and these people are people that, like, more or less like nepotism or some benefit to however the system is designed, to put these people in places to keep people suppressed, and to, some places are just for divine beings to be stuck. They'll create a whole fucking town around your ass. You ever seen a Scarlet Witch? All right, so I'm gonna end with this. So God said they don't think he's coming. He said, somebody on here said, oh, he ain't coming. You say, oh, y'all think I ain't coming? I if I was you, I would watch your mouth, because that ain't this. You don't want to mess with me like this. This is not what you want. I'm not a witch. I am an anointed. So watch what you say, because there's nothing that God, you're not gonna get. You can't get away with shit. This is the Creator's world. Nothing that you do, the Creator does not know. So you can't get away with anything. Okay? Be careful. Be careful what you do. Be careful what you see. All right, I'm gonna end with these. Because okay. All right, so it like you. Okay, wait. They like, okay, so I know this is the way I look at this. Okay, so they like use this sex kind of magic. They sex magic. There's sex magic that they use, right? The sex magic that they use, they once they like get you all they'll lay it down, right? They lay it down on the divine, right? Then they start breadcrumbing them. Then they start trying to like act like, barely do shit. Bitch don't, nigga don't take you out no more. He don't pay no bills. He wants you to pay some bills. He wants you to pay some bills, but he wants you to what? you want to live with me and I pay all the bills. Okay. But then they'll get with the other woman and go get a job and work and take care of her. This man is easily distracted, very hot-headed. We're talking about, this is some Aquarius man right here. These my exes are very fluid. Like, some people are very fluid. And okay. He was doing sex magic. He thought that the sex magic would work. The sex magic didn't work because I can't no dick be that good for me. You know what I'm saying? Especially, they ain't paying my bills. He got spiteful. He was mad, like, because I left. And he just, like, when I left, he wanted to kill me. Somebody told him, like, whatever person that was instrumental in his life is like a mom, probably. He felt that she was telling him, like, oh, you're messing with her, she a witch, and yeah, that's it. Like, she a witch or whatever, like that. Like, we gotta do something to her, and I guess telling people or something or whatever. And they're like, I don't know if they Masons or something, but they was like, we gotta cut her connection. So they wanted to cut my connection, my intuition off. We're gonna cut her intuition off and kill her and take everything from her because we're gonna do the sex magic because the mom just hated me because she's not me. I mean, it's just, I don't know. But she'll come off like the lady, like, oh, Lord, help me. The God, it wasn't for God. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what I mean? One of those type of women that, oh, go to church every Sunday. You think like she's holding out, you know what I mean? But, oh, tell her son, like, oh, you got to take care of me. And, oh, what am I doing? You die. Like, all kinds of shit. It was, whatever it was, she was trying to break up a divine connection. This was something that the divine put together because we were twin flames, and whatever we were supposed to do would have created something that would have been great for humanity's sake. Like, we weren't supposed to be together for no other reason than because we had a divine purpose together, right? It was supposed to help and do something with the divine feminine, but I was healed. I was getting him, and I was supposed to heal the divine masculine. And the divine masculine, instead of healing, he got mad. He was jealous. He wanted to beat me. He was DL. They sent the Jezebel bitch in there. They started doing spell work and doing all kinds of shit. He's an alcoholic. It was just, yes, they did everything. They threw the kitchen sink. You see that? If they watching, whatever's going to happen to them is catastrophic. This is a tower, okay? So that means that when they did that, that was it. You took the man I sent in there for my child. You took my child and you manipulated my child into trying to kill his better half. The Freemasons, the Illuminati, all them motherfuckers. It was a whole bunch of organizations. It's a tower coming for every last one of them in every crevice. There's no corner in any galaxy that they can hide. They thought that the ancestors wasn't going to come and do anything. They thought God wasn't going to send nobody to help these people, help all of y'all. They thought that nobody was going to come help y'all. Nobody was going to have y'all back. They were going to be able to do all of that, and nothing was going to happen. Y'all was doing too much, doing it too fast. Y'all was not thinking about what y'all was doing. Y'all was just impulsively doing shit. Stupid shit. It's like an idiot. You gotta be an idiot to fuck with a divine being. Okay. They tried to kill me. They tried to kill me. I narrowly escaped. I just got into my north node because I listened when God told me to leave. I said, he said, leave. He said he wanted them to think about what they did. Think about what y'all did. I ain't got nothing else to say. He about to take everything. Go sit back and think about what y'all did. Because he's coming and he's taking everything that you ever had for generations to come. That's what that is. This is, I am coming and I'm going to drain you of every single resource that you ever had, every luxury, everything materialistic. Y'all were overindulgent. Y'all ain't had no fucking emotions. Y'all was just ignoring good relationships that people had with you, that these divine beings, like they're Virgo energies. They are loving beings. And they was just fucking us over, cheating, lying, rape, killing, destiny swapping, abusing, cursing out. We would get the most fucked up karmic families. They were putting us in this game in the most disadvantaged situation. It was just completely and utterly unfair. And I'm gonna tell you, and I promise you that you can sit and you can talk to God and you can thank Him, and He loves you to death. And all He wants you to do is just come back to your Father. Don't none of this shit matter. This is not your real fucking family. You're in a fucking game. You're a divine being, and the only parent you have is a father, and He's a creator, and He is not playing, and y'all see that for yourselves. And I promise you that the only thing I'm trying to do is my job, because I don't want y'all, I don't know what's going to happen, and I just want you guys to be safe. And that's why I'm sitting in the house by myself on Thanksgiving, and I ain't going nowhere, and I ain't touching myself, and I ain't doing anything because my father is here, and I ain't playing. I love you guys.